Cornmeal on top, clams on the bottom. When they come up for it, they clean the sand from their craws. Did you say hello to Leon?
I didn't know he was here.
He's probably lying down upstairs. I think his wife's driving him into the ground.
Is he married again?
Last spring. Some dull graduate student who's convinced she's a creature of lust. That's what he tells me, anyhow. Gin or whiskey?
Gin.
He tells me a great deal more than I want to hear about that side of things. Like I was his char lady instead of his first bride.
Why don't you tell him to just keep it to himself?
That'd hurt his feelings. He says she fooled him by writing a good thesis on Henry James. Some cockeyed angle on his relationship with his brother. He always was a brain lover. She's dippy. She waits for him behind the door every night, stark naked. Calls herself his beast. He hates to go home. Vermouth, tonic, or what?
Tonic.
You look elegant. How are you?
Fine. Not so fine.
Look at those shoes. Made by some European slave for a lira, right? What multitudes we all recline on. I thought my vanity would subside by the time I was 40, but it's worse. That's why I dress this way. Better a middle-class frump than an aging go-go girl. You know, there used to be a tribe in Africa that flung women who were 40 over a cliff. How's Otto?
Charlie's leaving the firm.
Why?
They weren't getting along.
Frankly, I don't see how Otto stood him this long.
Oh, you only met Charlie once.
All that good liberal stuff spread out so impeccably.
No holy fools enter paradise. I knocked over a box full of horrible little instruments like bugs on your dresser. I started to pick them up, but was overwhelmed by the dust. Don't you ever clean up around here?
Come down and see Sophie.
I can see her from here.
Come down anyway. When Leon and I were married, centuries ago, we went to lots of meetings that turned into parties. I sat at Leon's feet and listened to the men talk. How they talked. All that civilized babble. And the only thing I could remember are their wives, especially the older ones, waiting like pensioners for a personal word or two.
You hated intellectuals because they made you feel like a Gentile poop.
Intellectuals? Those dilettantes, fops?
Don't talk like that. They were serious people.
I'm sorry.
You never did pay attention to me.
You're wrong. I always paid attention. I just didn't listen.
Why didn't you ever marry again?
I didn't feel like it.
Oh, the truth at last. Behind all that frantic energy I found so admirable is nothing but sloth. It takes energy to live with someone else. I should be home reading a grim MA thesis by a teacher who wants to advance herself and hates the subject which she chose.
Don't let me keep you.
Why do you dress that way? Mother garbage. You should have seen her in the old days, Margaret.
Sophie.
Sophie. What a beauty. And moved like lightning. Fixed leaking toilet tanks and electric plugs. Painted walls like a pro.
Chemtone. I painted everything with it. Time to reheat the potage.
You couldn't cook then. We lived on canned macaroni, bacon, whatever I could steal from my mother. What has become of us all?
Age.
And so many already dead. No one wants to talk about age, do they? Humiliations of the bowels. My own body has turned against me. Refill?
Who is the holy fool? No holy fools enter paradise. Who's the fool?
My son by my second wife. 20 with the mind of a newborn. I got this letter from him yesterday. He must have found a stamp in the gutter, which I made the error of reading before my first class, 19th century American fiction. It was supposed to be a poem about the great oneness of everything. It is his belief that the world began in 1950, the year of his birth. I have tried to dissuade him of this delusion, but my knowledge is no match for his ignorance. At the very hint of an idea from me, he smiles gently as if I were eternally damned. He wears a rubber band around his hair to keep it out of his eyes when he studies the wall in front of him, where his visions arise. Lives in a horrible slum house in East Orange. If only he wanted to save something. The world, for example. But he is stupid. Stupid. The only basis of his privilege, me, has to lecture forever on William Dean Howells, who bores me sick. Is that justice?
In 1938, you handed out leaflets on 6th Avenue. There wasn't a question you didn't have an answer for.
You and I lived together.
You never talked about love.
Wasn't necessary.
On Fridays, you went to the Bronx and lit candles for your mother. Reading on the subway.
No one paid for us.
You worked for the Pajerskis.
They paid me next to nothing, but sometimes asked my advice because I was a college boy. They drank tea all day long.
Knew all their employees by first name.
Played pinochle with the man who ran the turret lathe.
On Fridays, they closed early, so you could all get home before sunset.
Once I cut a slice of salami in front of them with the same knife I had just used for
They
cheese.
screamed with horror. I have been told by a colleague 10 years older than myself, as if it were possible for anybody to be 10 years older than I am, that salvation comes from staring at the pubic region of strangers, and freedom from inducing in myself by the use of a chemical the kind of ecstatic lunacy in which I spent most of my adolescence, a condition I attribute solely to the strength of my body at the time, and the conviction that I would live to see socialism in the United States. Now that my bones are weak, my brain is stronger. I don't expect anything. It's edible. Be still, my heart. He's in a state of innocence. He's scared. He thinks one of his students might try to drug him. He says they harangue him about drugs all the time. He's afraid to have coffee in the cafeteria. He even thinks the faculty dining room might be dangerous. He says he now knows how scared old ladies are of being raped.
Are you ever afraid around here?
Not of anything like that.
Nothing at all?
I'd rather be shot than wait in the operating room for somebody to walk down the corridor with the dirty news and a piece of glass. What's that?
Cat bit me.
Someone you know, I hope.
A stray.
Have you had it looked at?
It's nothing.
A llama bit me once. I took Benny to the children's zoo when he was small. It was supposed to be the thing to do. A dirty, demented llama reached over the fence and clamped its jaws on my hand. It was like being bitten by dirty laundry.
Don't touch them. He always does them. It's part of the agreement. Are you back with that man again?
Funny you should ask that. I ran into him last night.
And?
Nothing. You thought I was bad to do that, didn't you?
Yes. But it's easy for me to say. I never had anything like that. The nearest I ever came is him. And not when we were married, but now. Sometimes he sleeps here. We lie together all night long with our arms around each other. No sex. Guess I never really liked sex. We just lie there. Sometimes I wake up in the night and I'm happy. It is a kind of loving, isn't it? We can just be the way we are with each other. Oh, if he didn't come to see me, I think I'd blow away like milkweed. Sometimes in the afternoon, I sit here for hours. When it gets dark, I make myself a little supper, chops, some frozen beans. If he's here, I have to be a gourmet. Days like paper chains. All I got is that old man I dumped 20 years ago when he knocked up some Trotskyite lady named Carla.
Look at this sponge. It's filthy.
Use your shirt.
What are you going to do with those clams you're torturing?
Edgar and his new friend, some hairdresser, are coming.
Can I stay?
No.
Women that hang out with homosexuals are spiders.
Back to work.
No wonder men weep.
I haven't seen any men weeping.
Because you're not observant. Take me.
No, thanks.
Is this age of generalized cock the revelation toward which my life has been directed? This age of baby shit? What I've admired and thought all my life has been debased, and I weep.
Finish the dishes.
Why do you wear your hair that way?
You're repeating yourself, a sure sign of age.
You lie in your teeth.
I put it to Sophie.